offense is more mobile. It requires you to roll out, do some bootlegs, waggles, and all that. And you actually, that's kind of some of the stuff you did at Florida. It's some quarterback keepers at Florida. Is it nice to kind of get back to some of that element rather than just being a pocket passer?
Yeah, I would say, our old scheme from the last couple of years, definitely more geared towards throwing from the pocket. This new scheme allows you to get outside the pocket, use your legs more. That's really exciting for me. As a quarterback, anytime you get on the edge, it's really exciting anytime you can try to throw one on the run or get outside the pocket and make a play, run for a first down or something like that.
Tate was saying last week that he sees more conviction with you. Maybe it's because you're now in a role that you're battling for a starting job. Do you feel different?
Yeah, I'm going in my third year. Just feeling a lot more confident as a player. Really been, dialed in off the field. Whatever it is, like sleeping, eating habits. Just really trying to dial everything in and make the most of my opportunity.
What has stood out to you so far about these OTAs?
Just how creative the offense is. I think everybody's really bought into the scheme, and I'm just really looking forward to see how it looks versus a defense. You see what they did in Seattle with Geno and the weapons they had, and I think that with our weapons we can, we're due for some really explosive plays.
Kyle, in what way being around Tom for 2 years is helping your development as a quarterback? What are some couple of the main things you take away from the way he went about his business?
Yeah, Tom's he's a pro through and through. So that was such a blessing for me to come into a quarterback room, filled with him, Blaine and Ryan, and obviously Clyde and Byron. They got all the experience in the world. So just to come into that room and just try to soak up as much knowledge as I could while I can, while I was in there, that's a priceless experience for me.
How encouraging was Brady towards you and your future?
Really encouraged. And, he always had great answers for any questions I asked him. They all were really good to me. And, I tried to soak up as much as I could while I was there because, obviously it wasn't going to last forever.
Did he ever say, like, one day you're going to be fighting for this job?
I think I was more just taking the approach of, trying to stay back and just see how it's done and soak up as much as I could. It was more just focused on get the job done, one day at a time when it was, came game time with that group.
It's really kind of an overhaul at wide receiver outside of like top three guys on the depth chart. Perriman's gone, Miller, Julio, etc. Who are some of these younger guys, whether it's DT or Geiger from the practice squad last year, or the new undrafted free agents or coming in? Who's flashing, catching your eye that has stood out so far?
It's hard to name names right now because everybody's doing such a good job. Everybody's really dialed in, asking a lot of questions, getting open, and that's what it comes down to is can you get open? And I think everybody's doing a good job of that so far. So it'll make for a really good competition down the road.
Kyle, how important is it that Chris Godwin's been here since day one, veteran guy, one of the top receivers on this team, just to get that chemistry down right away, given that there's a whole new offense this year?
Yeah, I think that's huge, not only, for him and the locker room, because he's been such a great leader for us, and obviously, what he's done here, won Super Bowls, and for him to still be here during OTAs shows a lot about his leadership, and we all really, respect that. But it's also huge for the young guys to see someone of his caliber, still coming to work in the middle of the offseason, trying to get better. So it's really an important thing for the young guys to see, you can have all the success like Chris has had, but still trying to get better.
Kyle, Todd was just talking about, he was out here, how they analyze everything when there's a positional battle, right? He said that he analyzed everything from meetings to what they do off the field, how they are in the building, and obviously that's going on, right? Can you just describe what it's like sort of working and operating under those kind of terms of like where every little thing matters and things like that?
Yeah, I mean, you can sit there and try to overanalyze yourself, but at the end of the day, you just have to be yourself and trust yourself. And if you're doing the right thing, then you shouldn't have anything to worry about. If you're coming on time and being the best leader you can, the best teammate, you don't have to sit there and overanalyze yourself. Just be who you are, and I think the guys will really respect that.
Kyle, do you consider yourself a mobile quarterback? Because in this offense, there's a lot of movement. You're outside the pocket, and there seems to be this misconception that you're a pocket quarterback.
Well, I guess that argument is, so subjective, depending on who you ask. I'd like to be labeled a mobile quarterback. That'd be pretty cool. But I like to think that I can, am able to get out on the edge and, get first downs if I need to.
Antoine Winfield said you're a dual threat.
Oh, I'll take it. I'll take a dual threat all day.
He meant the golf game.
Oh, let's not talk about my golf game.
Your body, I mean, that's obvious. Just looking at you, like, what do you weigh now? What's good weight versus bad weight? Like, how do you feel from the physical standpoint? What's that?
Really good. Probably, definitely leaned out. Lost a couple pounds.
How many?
Probably about 5 to 10 pounds, depending on what day it is of the week. So, just really trying to really dial in my eating habits and things like that.
Yeah.
Obviously we're going to be moving around a lot more, so trying to be as light on my feet as I could. So here I am.
Do you like that as a quarterback? I mean, I'm just more than one way to skin a cat, right? There's a lot of offenses, and these guys had success in the Rams and Seattle and things. What is it as a quarterback that you like about the different approach?
I just think it's really exciting for us to get the movements and the backfield going and the boots away. And you see all the success that this system has had, with the heavy play action and taking shots. And, it gives you a lot of protection if you're able to do the keepers off the play action. So that's just really exciting for a quarterback. Anytime you can turn on film and see a play action where you got nobody within 10 yards of you. So, yeah, it all ties in together. Yeah, and it all ties in together. And I think, they've been doing this for, decades, the system that they're coming from. So they know exactly how to do it. So we're all just really bought in and, excited to see where this goes.
So you mean changing your body? Did you take anything away from Tom? Like, are you trying to eat like Brady?
I'm not exactly sure what he eats, but I just found what works best for me. Just eating really lean stuff and just trying to lean out. Not necessarily like just for the offense, but just trying to be, as healthy as I could at the end of the day.
Not just a new OC, but a new QB coach too. How's it been working with that?
Really good. Everyone in that quarterback room has some really good experience, and everybody has something to offer that they've seen before that they can teach everybody in the room. So it's just really cool to always be around experienced guys. You're just always learning something new every day.
Kyle, do you have a favorite scramble or design run at Florida that sticks out like that's my signature run?
There probably wasn't too many to pick from, but it's still hard to think. I'd have to go back and maybe look at a couple plays. I don't know nothing off the top of my head right now, but I don't know. I don't have a good answer for you, I guess.
At the same time, you were a bigger quarterback back then, too, right?
Yeah, I was a little more chunkier back then. Yeah, definitely lost some good weight since then. I was that quarterback power body, so I was a little different.
How do you think Anthony Richardson will do, Tom?
Really good. Obviously a lot of people ask me about him and our time together at Florida, and I think he was just such a good kid to be around. Very respectful, very hardworking always, and always eager to learn. And that's something you love to see from any teammate of yours. And it's no surprise to me. Everybody always asks me, "Did you know he was going to have the success he did?" And obviously I tell him it's no surprise to me. So I think he's going to do some really good things.
Kyle, how's your relationship with Baker developing?
Really good. I think that whole quarterback room that they've built is just really good. Like I said, everyone's got great experience, something to offer. They played a lot of snaps of football, seen a lot of things in a similar offensive setting too. So a lot of stuff for everybody in the room to learn.
Are you somebody that writes down goals?
Uh,
Or goals very day of? What's your process of?
Yeah, I don't necessarily write down any goals. I feel like I should, but I don't. But I just try to get a little bit better every day. One thing for me is just try to pick out at least one thing while I'm at practice. And if I can improve on at least one thing every day, then I'll be able to just stack the foundation and keep it growing.
Do you sense the competition between you and Baker out here just kind of pushing each other?
Yeah, I mean, but that's the point of sports is we love competition. We've been competing our whole lives in this sport, so obviously there's no bad blood or anything like that. It's just just pushing each other and making sure we're always getting better every day.
Antoine
So.
says he talks a lot of trash out there. How are you in that category?
In the trash talking category, I don't know. You got to get me pretty riled up, but I try to keep my cool, and it's a case by case basis, I guess.